Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of The Sinking City. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. I'm trying to find the sources of my visions.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I need it to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You think the flood is unnatural? Well, yeah, dude. I mean, what's natural about a bunch of fungal parasites spreading across the universe and... Oh. Well, the floodwaters were probably unnatural, too.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Probably still below.
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
I should think so.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm
I still have a bullet.
Morton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Cool. How about some money?
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Okay. 4 times 4440 cartridges? But my 1911 takes 45 ACP cartridges. Do I have... Oh. Do I actually have a revolver? I have a revolver somehow. Okay, what am I doing? Northern Coverside at the crossroad of Asher and Hubert. Oh, wow. This is quite a town. We've got a lot to do. Do you suppose the Popos have removed their blockade yet? What was that? Great. Maybe I should go get my fortune told now. Oh, look at that. That way is open. Okay, Missy.
Embrace your fate. Embrace
Oh,
your
now she's not going to
fate.
tell my fortune. Fine. Who wants fortune telling anyway? It's a big old propeller. Somewhat out of place. Oh. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. Is that...
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
My Diary Part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. I found myself floating among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of a boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half-mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I'd thought I'd seen was real. But my memories are true. My strange powers, gained after that ordeal, prove it. I found something horrible on that island. Something old and dark and slithering. And it still haunts me. And now we begin to understand why he was having visions even though he wasn't here. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I've cast my lot in them beyond saving. But the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. And there is a dog tag. Yeah? All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
That's, Shakespeare? Is that The Tempest? Laudanum. Good.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
So it is a little bit of an amnesia. Oh, I want that gangster outfit. King's robes. It is the King in Yellow. Is he actually the King in Yellow? Oh, collect all the mystic tomes. I assume those are the 7 books. Yeah, we'll stick with our default outfit. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. Yeah, he might really be. Give me stuff. Thanks. Nope. This one? Okay. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow King's gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me. Me and these nightmares. A little longer, and I'll figure them out. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street, where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay, because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? I had a dream so real it makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He's standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in western Old Grove, near Century Avenue and Beacon Street. But where could the book be? Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in central Salvation Harbor, on the Old Church Road between Seven Oaks Street and Windheim Street. Still has a bad fame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. It took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in western Reed Heights where the surgeon worked has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road, between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. Those are some heavy-duty sigils he's tossing around. Okay, well, I guess... Oh, no, we got some more. Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queerest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city, and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent on Forefathers Street between Helog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Local women were talking about a ruined house in central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghosts of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Okay. I believe that's everything. Four of them. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord. Can we go in?
The door won't budge.
Is there a way around? Can we go out the window? No. What's upstairs? More rooms. More... Oh. Locked rooms. That's quite a painting. It feels important, but it's not marked. Maybe we have to get a quest going before we can enjoy it fully. Why, yes, I will take some gunpowder, thanks. So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing. But now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look into it. Now if only this city wasn't so impossible to navigate. We've got somebody else doing some investigating. Or maybe they were doing some investigating, because they don't seem to be around anymore. Alright, so that's it for the up of stairs. I guess we'll head down. I think the sinking city...
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you, though, mister, you want to stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Well, I mean, chanting I can stop, but moaning... what a man does in his hotel room in the evenings is his own business.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
All of it. What I wish is all of it. Oh, he gave me a big old pile. Look at that. That's a bunch. We are not going to read all that right now because I've already done a bunch of reading. And I am going to do some more anyway. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already. Kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around town. That means that house is inhabited. The crosshatch grid sign marks hidden caches of useful items. The V-shaped sign is for barricaded, dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. K. Alright. I'm pretty sure the spirally one that he talked about is the king. Walter. K help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living here that I can send after you. You've been warned. Vic. These guys won't talk to me. Time to go for a walk, I guess. Oh. My dear Victor, how is Oakmont treating you? Should you require any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I've arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went. Only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel, please. Plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. Well, did Aunt Portia send any boxes full of goodies for me to steal? Excellent. Now we'll go for a walk. I've got fast travel points? Is this fast travel? Where else can I fast travel to? Probably nowhere. That's probably the only... Yeah. Okay, neat. This city is literally sinking. Anything tasty in the mailbox? Nope. Infested area? What is that about? What the hell is an infested area? Where's the... Okay. Cool. But where... I'm not reading those right now. I just want to know what an infested area is. Come on. Ugh. Let me in. What do we got over this way? I hope this isn't the infested area. It doesn't look very infested. Just your typical gross. And imagine trying to drive one of those cars around here. Look at this place. The roads barely exist at all. Can I climb up on that? No. Oh, good. I have replenished my brick supply. Oh, hi. Can I ask you some questions? Are you with the Dark Brotherhood?
The wretched, ascendant, terrors, unnamed, creeping from the abyss below. Atone for your deeds before it's too late.
Okay. I think this might turn out to be another one of those games where I'm sorely tempted to just spend a bunch of time wandering around not accomplishing anything. This game is listed as being like 30 hours of playtime, which for me could easily turn into twice that as I knock on every single door and talk to all the weirdos. Lincoln Street? Lincoln and Old Church? There appears to be a disruption in the architecture there. Thanks. Nope, not that one. Oh, I need to remember I have a melee attack. That's definitely going to be handy. Can I... How about you? Oh, good. I can kill the yuckies. Nothing to say? Fine. I am already lost. She's fine.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
Sorry. What have you got in your bag? You just walking around with a backpack full of gore? And nobody's stopping you? This place really is bananas. And he's got some kind of wizard staff. Is that a staff of fireball? Oh, it's tentacles. That's really a great sign. As wet as this place, all those papers are ruined. It is weirdly quiet in this town. Have you noticed? The newspaper crier was the only person making noise on the street. These people are just like hobbling around in the mist with their weird outfits and their bleeding eyes. And they're not saying anything. This atmosphere is great. Trains? How can there be train tracks? They were just telling me about how hard it is to get here. Yeah. Yeah. In good working order. I'm waiting for something bad to happen. Those dividers look weirdly modern. And why are there giant shoe prints on them? I'm not even that far from the hotel. Oh boy. Yes, there is an awful lot to get into in this game, I think. How did that car get upside down? Huh? Somebody tell me how that happened. I will get to you in just a minute, Jason. Alright, let's see what happens when we ride a boat. When we ride a boat. Oh, we just get on a boat and ride around. And it says Cyclops 2. Isn't that interesting? Well, we are all out of time for episode 3, so we're going to have to dig more into that little coincidence in next time. Come back and see me then. Talk to you soon. Etc.